What's up guys, my name is Natalie and welcome to my Nook of Novels. Today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up, so I'm going to be giving you guys my spoiler-free thoughts on all of the books that I read in the month of October. Now, I do not have any of these physically because I got all of them from my library, and I only read 4 things in the month of October because it's just been a busy time trying to catch up on all of the things that I've been behind on. You guys have probably noticed that with my lack of videos that have been going up. Apologies, but hopefully I can get this one up on time. We'll see. No promises. I am filming this super late the night before it's supposed to go up, so we shall see. Getting on to the books. The first thing that I read in the month of October was The Sun and Her Flowers. I'm gonna scooch over so that I can put the picture right there, by Ruby Carr. And this was a poetry collection and I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 stars, and a lot of the poetry was about like feminism and rape culture and things along those lines, and heartbreak and stuff like that. Basically what it's like to be a woman in this society and also an immigrant, because I don't remember if it said that she was an immigrant or if her parents were. It's been a while since I read these, but either way, just the struggles of leaving your home country to come to America and to be treated the way that you are once you get here. And so yeah, it definitely was eye-opening in that regard. Yeah, it was just very fascinating to see her story. I mean, it's not like a story told in poetry, it's kind of a collection of poems, but definitely seeing like her emotions and her experiences were definitely very interesting to read. Sorry if I keep looking in different directions. It's like hard to focus on like just looking at the camera, especially since I have it turned to where I can't actually see my reflection in it, because usually that's what I look at. I like make eye contact with myself while I talk, and I gave that one 4.5 stars. And the edition that I read had such a pretty cover. It didn't have a dust jacket on it, but it was just like this really pretty yellow, and just the vibes of it I loved so much, and it was stunning. The next thing that I read was The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace, and this is the sequel to The Princess Saves Herself in This One, which I absolutely fell in love with. It's definitely going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I gave it 5 stars. It blew my mind, every single bit of it. I was wanting to write down and quote. I don't know, seeing her experience and seeing her growing from heartbreak and like from her traumatic experiences, and it like turning her into this beautiful person just hit me like right in the feels, and it was super relatable as well. So yeah, The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One. I also gave this one 4.5 stars. I didn't love it quite as much as the first one because I didn't personally identify with it as much. It had a lot more to do with rape, and I don't even know what words I'm looking for to be honest. Being like full of rage, I guess, and wanting to fight back against people that have hurt you, and that's just not me as much. I'm not like a rageful person. There was less of a connection with this one for me, but obviously I still very much loved it, and there were definitely some poems that I was quoting from this as well, and it was just amazing. Again, not quite as good as the first book, but I still adored it regardless. The next thing I read was Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This one is the sequel to These Violent Delights. I gave this one only 3 stars, which is unfortunate because I gave the first one 4 stars, and I was really hoping to absolutely love the sequel. It kind of just felt like a recycled plot in this one, to be honest. The things that were happening in the first book, it didn't feel like they got resolved, and then the plot advanced further into the second book. It kind of was just an extension of the things that were happening in the first book. It dragged them out as much as it possibly could, and that wasn't what I really wanted. I wanted different things to be happening. I wanted it to be progressing more. You know, just read super duper slow. The like romance element was also exactly the same as the first one. I feel like just them not understanding each other's intentions, and then finally it clicks. There was kind of a plot twist though, but I didn't care. Like, I don't know, I feel like I cared about the characters and just everything that was happening less and less as I read through this book, and it got to a point where I just wanted it to be over. That was like my only reason for continuing with the book, was so that I could finally finish it and move on to something else. So that's why I gave it 3 stars. I definitely love Chloe Gong's writing, and I think she's a super talented author. And again, the first book was super enjoyable for me. Just this one dragged. Looking back, it might even be more of a 2.5 stars. I think I cared a lot more in the beginning, and so that's why it's still 3 stars. It wasn't that I hated it. It wasn't that it was just that insanely boring. I just didn't really care about what was happening. So yeah. The final thing that I read in the month of October was Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Again, this is another poetry collection. I read her other one this month as well, like I mentioned. This one I gave 4 stars. I didn't like it quite as much as The Sun and Her Flowers. I honestly don't remember why. I think there was less things about immigration in this one, if I remember correctly, and this one just interested me ever so slightly less than the other one. There wasn't as much that stood out to me about it. Obviously, I'm having trouble recalling pretty much anything from it, but I definitely do remember really enjoying it as I was reading it, and I kept wanting to pick it up and just read some more of it because it was very pretty and it was an enjoyable experience. But again, I don't really remember much from the actual book itself. So yeah, those are all of the 4 books that I read in the month of October. Hopefully my wrap up for November will be a little bit bigger. No promises though. I have so much schoolwork to do and so many other things that probably will not be the case, but that's okay. Still, reading 4 books is definitely still better than reading nothing at all. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to, and hit the notification bell if you would like to see the other videos that I post on Tuesdays. Sometimes that they're late. The playlist to my other wrap-ups will be linked in the description if you guys would like to check out that. And my Bookstagram and Goodreads will also be linked in the description if you guys would like to check out either of those. Comment down below what you read in the month of October. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!